Thank you. There's no camera.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Thank you. Welcome, everybody, to the Town of Pownell Select Board Meeting, July 11th, 2024 at 6:15 PM. Sorry, we're a little late. We had to wait for a board member to get here. They had a slight issue. All right. Thank you for coming, everybody. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Board member roll call, Angie Rawling.
Carl Strohmeyer.
Jamie Percy.
I'd like everybody to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
One of these days, I'm just gonna decide to sit down. And there'll be nothing there.
Approval of the agenda, which we need to change and add a few things. 5 will be public comment, 6 will be approval of the minutes, 7 will be warrants, 8 will be correspondent letter from Nathan Fowle. We're gonna do 8A, which is second class for Pownell Beer and Wine. 9, updates for town officials. 10, requests from the Bennington County Conservation District to use meeting room space for the Stormwater Forum. 10A is the ACO questions. 11 is wastewater treatment facility, request for purchase of a new mower. 12 is CAT TV contract discussion and possible action. 13 is Bennington County Sheriff Department contract discussion and possible action. 14 is job description reviews and approval. 15 is policy view and possible, but we're going to remove that this week.
Yes.
All right. And then 16 will be public comment and 17 will be adjourned. May I please have a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
Second with changes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any public comment, Hannah?
No answer.
All right. Approval of minutes of June 27th, 2024 Select Board Meeting.
So move.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Warrants, accounts payable, land purchase, June 27th, 2024 for $125,000.
So move.
Second.
Second. I'm not used to, there's nobody else here. I'm waiting for somebody else to do it.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Accounts payable, July 5th, 2024 for $47,309.75.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Accounts payable for July 12th, 2024 for $69,144.54.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Payroll for July 5th, 2024 in the amount of $12,871.45.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Payroll July 12th, 2024 in the amount of $11,776.10.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I just want to do a point of order that both the payrolls on our agenda did state the 12th.
On dates, yeah.
Yes.
I was just gonna apologize that
So
that was.
just wanted to let people know out there if they're at, saw our agenda.
And I was thanking Hannah for correcting those on Angie's thing through text.
Yeah, because
Thank you.
well, I had the fifth in the vote.
No, you did state it right.
No, but I mean, on our minutes and everything that you sent me my packet.
On the agenda,
Okay.
I'm just,
Oh, on the agenda, it's wrong. I see what you're saying.
I didn't know if this is the one that got,
it is.
Okay.
that's why I just wanted.
Correspondence, a letter from Nathan Fowle for requesting to be appointed to the Parks and Rec Committee. Did everybody read his letter? It was pretty much the same letter that he had sent
For
for
the
the
conservation.
conservation.
I
Yes.
did have one question. I did not realize there was an opening.
There's lots of openings on
Couple.
Parks and Rec.
There's only what, four
There are three
members right now,
There'll be
right?
four if you accept Nathan's.
Right.
We need to get that on the site because it does, if you look at the site, it just looks like there was only three members. There's no vacant.
Okay.
Oh, no
So how
vacancy.
many do they hold normally? Is it
Seven altogether.
Seven
I
altogether,
think.
correct?
I think so, but I've never seen a full committee, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Can we check into that and get that on the website, please?
I thought there was seven on that,
And-
but I could be wrong.
And it's a committee.
Make a motion to accept Nathan Fowles' letter for request of the Parks and Rec Committee.
I'll second it.
Any further discussions? All in favor? Aye. All right, 8A, second class for Pownell Beer and Wine. That used to be Dwyer's. The name has changed.
I'll make a motion.
Second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
It's only one, right?
Yes.
There was only one, yep.
Okay. Updates from the town officials. Tara, do you have any?
I have a couple. So my updates were just that the land purchase for a right of way was successful. And another exciting piece of info is that our fiscal year 23 audit has been finalized, been completed, and they have already started on FY 24, which is much faster and on point where we should be since we just closed the fiscal year. So that's exciting for us because we've been behind a few years. So,
Yep.
Very good.
finally caught up.
Awesome.
And then I have one from Conservation Commission, just a few bullets that the Concom is working in partnership with the town, Parks and Rec, and other members of the VORIC Working Group to advance the development of the town forest management plan required as part of the PTV VHCB easement for the VORIC grant. To get to know our community and understand our resources and current issues, we have been meeting with a variety of people involved in environmental stewardship in our region, including Michael Fernandez of the Bennington County Conservation District, members of the Hoorah and the Williamstown Concom, Jim Henderson of BCRC, and Donald Campbell of the Preservation Trust of Vermont. We have identified the need to inventory Pownell's environmental and historical cultural assets per our remit. And I will say they are a great group. They really have made great strides with just a few meetings. As far as
Question.
getting to know different people and different resources.
The inventory is just for the mountain land or is that a total inventory?
It's a Pownell wide inventory. I think
The
for a
whole-
while they'll be focused on the land, but they have a general focus on
Mhm.
all of Pownell. I know they've been working on identifying different resources in the town or different hiking trails or different fishing spots, or they're trying to come up with different things that people will wanna know.
Very good.
And I think that's all I have for updates for today.
Thank you. Request from the Bennington County Conservation District to use the meeting room space for stormwater. What day is that?
So that is August 4th, and Jeannie Alexander sits on the Bennington Conservation District. She's a part of that group, and she is the one who actually made the request. She came in and made it, so I don't have a formal email or anything. But it would be August 4th from 12 to 4, and I don't mind being here to let them know.
I'll probably be here
And
anyways,
do
too.
all the, be here while they're meeting and close up after.
And so that means there's no conflict or,
Nope, no conflict. It's a Sunday.
yeah, I just,
Yep. No, I appreciate you checking.
Okay, what would the board like?
I'll make a motion to allow them to use it.
second it.
Any more discussion? All in favor? Okay, 10A, ACO question.
Okay, so as we know, Eddie, our constable, is our new ACO, and he has had a couple of complaints come up already of people thinking that there's a dog at large, or they've seen a dog at large that they feel is being neglected, looks skinny, or looks neglected or abused in some way. His question is sort of, what does he do with those cases? So if he goes out and there's an owner, I would expect you bring the dog back to the owner. Does the board want him doing investigations? Does the board, let me put it a different way, does the board want him to contact a humane officer, or the sheriff's department, or the state police, or do nothing? I mean, I think those are the options. You either give the animal back and do nothing. He could contact someone, or he could refer the complainant to someone. I'm just looking to see what.
Well, first of all, if anybody calls in something, then our due diligence is to go investigate it.
Yes.
So we should
Correct, but he's
go and
not,
put his,
but he's not trained to investigate it.
well,
He has to turn around. What he should do would be to
Okay.
either refer the person to somebody who is a humane officer, that they can make that report to them.
all right, let me rephrase what I'm.
I can't. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
In my statement, as far as investigate, if I get a call, I go down and put my eyes on the area.
Right.
That's where I'm talking, as far as an investigate.
Because Eddie hasn't gone down there and actually
Go down,
talked to
check.
anybody or seen it.
See, I think he needs
Ask-
to
ask
check out
neighbors.
the complaint.
right, you
Yeah.
follow up
That's
on a
not
complaint, thank you.
Investigating, that's just checking out the complaint.
Yeah, follow,
Dog running loose.
okay,
And that's what I'm saying.
If the dog is running
Dog is
loose,
running loose, and yes, I told him if the dog is running loose,
then it's his, then
he picks the dog up and he does his job.
Right.
bingo,
But his job is not to investigate animal cruelty.
No,
bingo.
correct,
I understand that. I want you guys to
correct.
reiterate that for me,
I will make
because
it,
I'm not sure that our residents understand that either.
Right, so instead of saying investigate, I should have said follow up on a complaint,
follow on a complaint of a loose dog.
right, or whatever the incident.
Of a loose dog, because he does not have the authority to investigate humane cases.
Right, 'cause he's
Because he's not properly trained through the state of Vermont.
And he's not a humane officer.
that's
And he's not a
correct.
humane
If
officer.
he identifies an owner, the dog goes back to the owner.
Yes,
Yeah.
Regardless. And
Regardless.
the only thing he should be speaking to them about is whether or not they're registered, and he can kindly ask, they keep the dog on leash and all that, and he can eventually fine them for that if they don't. But it is not, it's not in his purview to
Correct.
No, correct.
He can ask
deal
them,
with the cruelty or feeding or any of that kind of stuff.
correct.
Correct.
right.
And if there's a resident out there that has a problem with a neighbor or they think cruelty, I think their best bet would be to contact the state troopers and let them investigate.
Okay. That's.
Does that answer your question?
That answers, yes, I believe.
Are you happy with that?
I think so. Hannah, is Eddie on?
Anyone?
Eddie, do you need any more clarification or do you have more questions?
Hey guys, I mean, this is like what we talked about before. So I'm totally aware I'm not a humane officer, completely, no question about that. A big question about this was involvement of a humane officer. So I came into contact with one because, well, a lot of these complaints are kind of compounded. And, it started very simple. A dog is at large. Okay, I'm going to go respond. And then I am seeing pictures that it's malnourished, that there may be puppies involved somewhere in the area. No one can identify the owner. My concern is collecting this dog and impounding it is going to cause more damage to puppies in the area. And I don't want to, I can't look away under the state, we have a duty to at least follow up with the neglect or abuse evidence in front of us. So, I just want to clarify, I can at least contact a humane officer to involve him to lead an investigation on his own. And in fact, I had one refer to Tara on email a little like an hour ago that this comes at no cost to the town and no liability.
Oh,
Did he respond? I didn't see a response.
Yes, he did.
Okay, I didn't see one.
yeah. You got me at no cost.
Just have to make sure that we are,
And I also want to make sure that we don't ask you to do something that's outside your purview. Because I don't want to put you and a liability risk issue. You kind of know what I mean?
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. You know, it's just these cases I'm finding very quickly, they're not very cut and dry. You know, I had
Never.
my first one was very cut and dry. A dog is running loose. Had a very nice conversation with the owner. Hey, you know, this is why your dog can't be out. You gotta, you know, get it registered, you know, give him a verbal warning, great chat. Call today, very different story. So that's why I'm just asking. I don't want to overstep my lines either. I don't want to introduce any liability to anyone, myself included. I just want to make sure we're covering residents the best we can within our roles.
Mhm.
And I see the email that he won't charge us and that's great. But keep in mind, these animals will go into our kennel and they become our custody while a court case is happening or an investigation is happening by that humane officer. And we are on the hook to care for them. We can't even turn them over to Humane Society at that point. We have to keep them and take care of them,
Right.
which is where a lot of the cost
Cost is coming from.
because we are not a humane society. We are just a boarding kennel for stray dogs.
Right.
That's right, because, correct,
Because that is all we have the capability.
facility for.
Right, exactly. Does that answer your question, Eddie?
I believe so. Thank you.
All right. Thank you
All right,
so
thank you.
much. Have a good night. Okay, moving on to 11, wastewater treatment facility request to purchase new mower and possible action. Did everybody read their,
Yes.
I have it. Will I find it? I read it. It was
I
3,000.
have it right here.
Oh, thank you.
What are they buying for more?
It's
Up to that
that in Kawasaki.
42 inch.
Hydrostatic gas drive, zero turn riding lawnmower.
When you,
I hope they don't have any hills to do.
And I
think
Is it just for right there?
it's just for right there, yeah.
Oh, then that'd be perfect for right there.
Because they maintain their own property and the road inside the fenced-in area, that's not part of our mowing contract.
Correct.
So,
And she has it within her capital budget to do
She's
it.
got, yes. And she's be happy with it. If she's happy, I'm happy.
so can I have a motion, please?
I'll make the motion.
second it. Oh, go ahead.
Nope, that's the motion, fine.
That she purchases.
Yeah, she purchased it.
For 3,000.
Right. I'm trying not to be lazy.
I put in no.
You need the motions, you have
Okay.
the motion.
I make a motion that we authorize the wastewater to purchase a new mower, which is a Cub Cadet, for the price of $3,299. I guess that's it.
All right, do I have a second?
Second it.
Any more discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
12, Cat TV contract discussion and possible action. So, did everybody read their contracts?
Yep.
Mhm.
All right, I have a question on the closed caption and the first one. Do you have that in front of you? Sarah?
I have the contract, yeah, but are you talking about the letter or the contract? Because I have both. I can pull the other one too.
I
So
have so many open on the bottom, I can't find it.
propose,
So in the first letter, they talk about funding will continue to carry through December of 2024.
Mhm.
Beginning in January 2025, the town will be charged $70 a month per quarter for closed caption. So that's $280.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the second page, or the second one that they sent, paragraph 5, it says that on June 24th, the town will be charged $400 a year for closed caption. So that
So that's
didn't seem
something-
right to me.
Yeah, it's going up $120 for the following year.
no, because what Angie's saying is after January 1st, if you read the first one,
Right, I
we
understand
start
that.
paying.
Right.
Correct.
And on the second one, it says we just pay a flat fee.
Of $400 a
Right.
year.
on the second
Right.
I don't,
2-year contract.
I don't see where you're talking
Oh,
about.
this is a 2-year contract?
That,
No.
the way she's reading it, that's how I'm interpreting it.
No,
No, this is a 1-year contract.
no,
July 1st, 2024 to June 31st, June 30th, 2025.
All right.
in the letter, it says, our launch of live closed captioning on our channels was delayed due to technical issues. Therefore, the funding that had been set aside will carry us forward through December of 2024, just like you said. Beginning of January 20, the
Oh,
town should anticipate a $70 closed caption fee per quarter.
Mhm.
per quarter, not.
I don't know where you're seeing the $400 thing though.
No, Angie did that $70 per month. It's not, it's $70 per quarter.
Can I see this for 1 second?
Yeah, quarter would be,
So this was the first letter, the
That's the second
$70.
letter.
This is the first letter of $70, right?
Yeah.
Here's. Cat TV will offer closed caption of live replayed on meetings on channel 1085. The cost of this service will be covered by Cat TV through December 24. Beginning January 2025,
mhm.
it will be $70 per billing quarter, okay? And then when you went down to this one, paragraph 5. Where's my glasses? Right here. Beginning June 2024, Cat
Oh.
TV will bill the town of Pownell $400 per year for closed caption.
I see that now, yeah.
Okay, so that was a little confusing.
Right, there's two different
There's
things
two
there
different amounts
and two different dates.
and two different dates. Exactly.
So,
I knew I read it. I knew I wasn't
yes,
crazy.
no, you read it correct.
Okay.
So I don't think we can decide on this until that is corrected and we have the exact dates. My other concern, I feel, this is my opinion and what I've heard from some other people in town. I would really like to know how many people actually watch Cat TV, because what they're offering is channel 1085.
Yeah,
Putting it on their page, which we put on our page, putting it on Facebook, which we put on our Facebook, archiving it, which we archive, correct?
Mhm.
So if we got rid of them, the only thing that would not happen would be channel 1085.
right. But
Be on cable.
the public access
We're on public access.
on the
And the public
TV.
access on the TV.
That's,
So,
there's some people out there that use that versus
Right.
computers.
I just
because
wish
they
we
don't-
knew how many.
They don't have.
Even if it's
computers
just a handful, I get
Or
it,
don't use computers.
but it's just frustrating, I think.
You would like to know the metrics.
Right,
The metrics, yeah. And, so I think we should table this until next meeting, until you can get an answer back on the $400. Is everybody in agreement with that?
Yeah, because we need to know on that,
now,
on the closed cash.
let me go out on a limb, I'm just gonna ask a question, I don't know if we can or not. Is it possible to have a question, thing to set up? I don't know if we can piggyback on a voting day, cause.
Survey?
Oh, a survey if they watch
and
it?
Just say, in simple, yes, no, do you watch Cat TV on your television?
Or like something like, do you watch town meetings or
Or yes.
Selectboard Meeting.
Right, do you use cap?
Town business.
town business on,
Yes, thank you.
I don't see why we couldn't
On the
have a
TV.
survey.
I mean, can we ask Julie and just make sure there's no rules against us doing a separate thing on that same? Because we have a lot of people that walk in and they can,
Well, I mean, you're asking the people that are voting, so, I mean.
yes, that's,
And you could turn around and put a survey in a couple, like we did with the,
But it's for people that are using Cat TV and not computers, it's gonna be hard to reach them if we can't, if we don't use voting day or something like that.
that's why I was suggesting the voting day.
And I'm just questioning
More people
it
come in.
only because cable has gotten so expensive and Fidium has come in and a lot of people are on Fidium now and have gotten rid of their cable.
Right,
So I'm just wondering if it's feasible in this society with today's
no,
world.
it's a
if
good question.
If it's feasible for the town.
I
I
mean,
think that's a long-term question that we really.
I know voting isn't
I think this, I
100%.
think that, I think, here's the way I look at it. I think that we're looking at two different discussions here.
Mhm.
We're looking at the contract discussion
Yes,
and we're looking at Angie's discussion, which is more of a long-term.
Right.
Exactly what we should be really doing for the future.
Right, but for now, I want the answer on the $400 for our next meeting.
Yeah.
So we can decide on the contract.
It all comes down to the money.
Yes,
Mm.
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
13, Bennington County Sheriff's Department contract discussion and possible action.
So you all know Sheriff Gully responded. They changed the contract to reflect 25 hours a week. He will not add the extra language, however, because he feels like that would represent neglect of duty. Like if they cap their hours and they're called for something and they don't do it, that's neglect of duty. So he's not willing to put that part in the contract, but he's willing to try to stay within that. But it's not on the contract like you guys wanted.
Regardless of whether that was, he put that in or not,
You want to
I
see
would,
it?
yeah, I would feel more comfortable if we all were here to vote on this. Yeah, I got that on there. Jamie, you got it?
yeah, I already read it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I read it too. So just so everybody knows, they changed the contract to 25 hours at 70, yeah, per our request with 15% late or evening or weekend, which that only equals to about 2 hours in the whole month. At 72.50 an hour. So that hours a week.
Yeah. 2 point something hours.
Yeah, 2 point something hours. So that's $7,250 a week. And if you times that by 52 weeks, that's $94,250 per year.
Mhm,
So
I mean,
is what we budgeted for?
mhm.
but this comes back to, again, we've got two different questions in front of us. We need to have a longer term question, exactly what the people of Pownell want for what they want.
But we're talking about the contract right
And now the contract right now for the, state police auxiliary, excuse me, wrong one.
The Bennington County Sheriff's Department.
Bennington
Well,
County.
they're acting like they're basically acting like the state police auxiliary, so.
So, what would you like to do?
I would like to table this until we're all here. Unless that's just what I would like, but I will go wherever the board wants to go. Because I think that we all should, unless there's a pressing need that we need to have this. Because the way I assume they're still doing their service right now. Am I correct there?
I don't know for sure. I have seen them in town.
I have seen that when I was baling hay
What they're doing for hours.
when I was baling hay last week, which was after the 4th, they were patrolling our roads. So I don't think we need to rush this at this point just to get a contract to them if they're already doing the service.
So are they still working off the old contract though?
I don't know.
30 hours a week. That's my only question when you say what you're saying. But
I don't know. I mean, I could reach out and ask, but you guys.
I have no problem with moving forward. I think Mike made it clear and so did Bill when we talked about this last meeting with our discussion that we wanted to change to 25 hours.
that's my feeling. They changed it. They didn't do 100% of what we asked, but they did put the 25 hours in per our request because that's what we budgeted for. So they've given towards us also. I mean, that's part of the negotiation, I feel, but
Well,
that's my opinion. I mean, I'm willing to make a motion to accept it. If I don't get a second, then
I'll give you the second. I mean, we're going to open for discussion.
mhm.
I will make this caveat on this contract that we will not exceed. I mean, we might exceed by a little bit, but we will not exceed what we budgeted for. If it comes up close, I'm going to make a motion that we send them their 30-day notice and then they're done.
In the email, didn't he say he can't legally put that in the contract, because if we were close to the 100 hours and then, the state attorneys had to hear, he legally can't tell them.
But what he's saying is we will get rid of the contract when it gets closer.
To the 94,000, we only have 94,000.
If we're
So
at,
that we wouldn't use them at all for those months.
and I don't mind going, I shouldn't say this because he'll hear us, but I don't mind going over a little bit. But we're not going to be in a position where we're going to go over our budget, the amount that we went over our budget this year.
We're over what, 32?
And we're still
All right.
And
waiting,
you're still waiting for a
still
month.
waiting for an invoice.
And I don't think the people in the town of Pownell's gonna tolerate it, because we're already talking what? We're gonna have an increase in our taxes of what? 15%? People are gonna go freaking nuts in a couple months when they really come to realize exactly how much their taxes are gonna go up. So,
And that's true, because there's a.
14% of that is
14.
beyond our control.
Yeah, well,
I'm just
but I'm
saying,
not-
I understand that, you understand that.
but I'm talking on our budget. I'm not talking on this, I'm talking our own, what our own taxes are gonna go, not what the school's gonna go up. School's gonna go nuts, especially if everybody does what I think they're gonna do.
Mhm.
All right. So do I have a motion on the table? Did you make the
Yeah,
motion?
Yeah, and he seconded
You
it.
seconded
I seconded
the
it.
discussion. All right. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
I,
Aye.
Reluctantly, aye.
Okay.
You want to sign?
Yeah, you sign it.
do all of us have to sign it?
Wait a second. Who's gonna be the contact person?
It says on there.
It's,
Me.
Karen.
Yeah.
Chair and me.
Yeah,
Should be.
or in their
If
absence.
we're in their absence,
Yeah.
today's the
does
10th.
it say that on that?
The
I want that
The 11th.
to be the case. Wait, can I make
My
it?
brain.
Because I don't want Tara or Mike.
We already brought that up when they were here, that,
Yeah,
It's been,
when he emails both.
It's in the minutes also.
Yes.
I learned if things aren't said, they're forgotten.
When you're over 50, sometimes that doesn't work either.
Yeah, like today's not Wednesday, but Thursday. Granted, I was at the hospital, but hey.
I wasn't gonna let everybody know that you did that. You just.
What do I care? What do I care? Dear God Almighty.
That's why
I'm the hermit of East Pownell. What are you talking about?
We're all human, and you did have a situation that you were dealing with, so.
I have that every day. That's my life.
And just for the residents of the town, just be mindful when you contact the sheriff's department through email or complaint, we're getting charged for it. So if it's something that you think that the state police should handle, please contact the state police. Just be mindful of that. Thank you very much.
Or possibly something that the board could be make it made
Exactly.
aware of. Send an email or contact the town office,
Yes.
so we're aware of the situation.
If you send the sheriff's department, I'm gonna just say 5 emails in a week's time on a problem that you're having about an ordinance or a neighbor, if it's something that the town could handle, let us know about it. Just be mindful that every time you email them or call them or contact them in a way, the town of Pownell is being charged. Just be mindful of that, please. Thank you very much. All right, number 14, job description, review and approvals.
So I sent them all to you. Most of them are the same as what you've all seen before. Darcy did hers. Joel has looked at his. The only ones I didn't do are Tom and Ron at the transfer station because I didn't hear back from him. I didn't want to just move ahead with the
Right.
other ones.
Yep.
So we'll wait to hear from him, but all the rest of them should be good to go. We've never had a zoning administrator job description. We've also never had an assessor clerk.
Do you want to
Job
do this
description?
individually or all together?
I would like to do at least the zoning administrator individually. I mean, some of them we can do together, some of them I'd like to, because of the job, I'd like to do.
Okay, so animal control was just approved, so you
We
don't have
just
to do
approved
that
it,
one.
right?
Right.
They just need signatures. You could do wastewater together, probably.
Wastewater and Joel.
That's assessor clerk.
Okay,
And I know Tom was busy right there around the first of the month because he was changing all the prices and stuff per our.
Yeah.
yeah, and they've been
That's
doing
that one.
permits and stuff. I know, it's not a big deal, I guess. So here's the wastewater ones, the
Okay.
free for wastewater.
That was, assessor's clerk has gone down through.
Yeah.
There's this one fly in here. He's gonna die.
It's driving me nuts.
Driving me nuts. Wastewater department.
We had to buy fly swatter. We could get them.
All right, so,
We're gonna look at them and then
Those are the free wastewater.
I'm very happy with them.
yeah, I looked at them all
I've looked
already.
at them
I'm
already,
very
yeah.
happy with them all. I just wanted to make sure that if you want to do them separately, together.
Well,
I think you could do them all together, just list them.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, I want to see Mike's. Zoning administrator.
Okay, so here's the highway ones, here's the zoning administrator. I took out stuff that Hannah does, the clerical type stuff.
Okay.
All right, so wastewater, we have 3, correct?
Yeah.
So I have 3 wastewater. What is your pleasure on the wastewater?
I make a motion to accept the job description for the Department of Wastewater.
So you have chief operator, assistant chief operator, and
Wastewater operator, and maintenance mechanic.
yep.
Those 3 are in my motion.
All right.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Town panel, assessor clerk.
And that was taken basically from the NEMRIC agreement that we have.
Yep.
It lists out all the things that she should be doing versus what he does. And then also I added like the map piece.
Yep.
I'll make the motion.
Second it.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
So
Zoning administrator.
you said you had a question or no?
I had one question. And that's probably when this is his job description. When he has his job review, who does this review? Is it the select board or is it the,
Oh, the select board or planning? That's
or
a good
planning? I
question.
thought I was curious. It doesn't make any difference on this.
And in your DRB.
Planning,
No, with the-
planning makes a
What if it was a
recommendation.
member from
Okay.
each?
Or maybe that would be, I mean, that's just because we need to think about that coming up.
Yeah,
Because we've never, as far as I know, it's never happened with Mike.
no,
Or any zoning for that matter,
And, well,
not
yeah,
just Mike, for any
Mike,
zoning.
Right.
Mike.
Yeah, we don't
I know.
haven't had a steady process.
No,
And
right, and we need to.
Start having a steady process.
And I think we've come a long way. We're working
there.
on it, we're getting on
Okay.
it.
Yep.
I'll make the motion.
Second it.
okay, these are all the highway ones. So-
Hey, wait a minute, any discussion?
Okay.
All in favor? Aye.
Sorry, I was trying to rush you.
That's okay.
Highway foreman, highway worker, and then the buildings and grounds is under it's
Yep.
highway
Okay.
and me.
Right.
Make the motion for the highway department and employees job description.
I'll second it.
Any discussions? All in favor? Aye.
Last one is health officer.
And local control just that, so.
We already did, yep. Just have to.
Health officer. Okay, I'm
That's all
happy.
by statute.
That's all I statute because that's what is run.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we approve the job description for the health officer.
Second it.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
No, they all just need signature.
And just put that there. They all need signatures, but we can.
Yep,
Sign our life away here.
all right, public comment. Any public comment, Hannah?
Eddie has his hand up.
Hey, Eddie, just remember to state your name, please. Go ahead, Eddie.
Absolutely. Any rescue here?
I'm
Hey,
sorry, Eddie,
can
we
you hear
can't
me?
hear you.
Now we can.
Now we can. Oh, no, we can't.
Well, we did have,
Here, just
you're cutting in and out, Ed.
Can you send Tara a quick text of what you'd like to say?
Or Hannah.
Or Hannah?
You can put it in the chat.
Or put it in the chat?
Hey, apologies. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes,
I can
we
hear you now.
Thank
There
you.
we go. I ended my video feed. I hope that helps. Eddie
Okay.
Vescucci here. Just to, I wanted to follow up on.
Oh, crap. I'm so sorry, Eddie.
Ed,
You're breaking in and breaking out again. I'm so sorry.
Well, I left you space on the other side, but that's fine.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Try again, Eddie.
Because you're the assistant and
Eddie, I'm so sorry. We can't hear you. You're breaking up.
Houston, we have a problem.
you're breaking up, Scotty.
Apologies. How's that?
Kind of. For a minute. For a minute.
Kind of.
You want to call my cell phone? I'll put you on speaker on the table.
Here. How's that? Better clarity? I'll
There
stay
you
A
go.
little
put.
bit.
I
Yeah.
won't move. There we go.
Okay.
All right. To follow up on, I don't want to stay on animal control all night, but to follow up on something. So, I just wanted to get it confirmed. So, I can't handle directly cases of animal abuse and neglect. That's clear. I just wanted to just put on the record, it's okay that I consult the humane officer and pass off the case in that supporting capacity to them to do their jobs.
I don't see a problem with that.
We just have to be careful that though, if they tell us to take the animal, it becomes a huge cost to the town if we have to.
That's correct.
Great point. No, I totally understand that. And I'm not looking to, go and get every dog that, doesn't have, water for 5 minutes impounded. I'm talking about, cases like if I could
Yeah.
share photos of a dog that was brought to my attention today, it seems to be a severe case. I'm totally open for like initial warnings, things of that nature. But I mean, longstanding cases that can't be corrected, those ones probably ought to go to a humane officer and be addressed.
Right. Just remember, Eddie, our space in our facility is limited. And that's
Yep.
one of our thoughts there. Because if we put in long-term residents in our facility, we won't have any space. If you happen to come across 2 or 3 dogs, you have to put in there for a short period.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And another thing too, just, compliments. I think Angie hit it right on the head, asking residents for help and trying to be careful and preserving our resources in town in regards to the sheriff. Some feedback I got from a caller today on this case was they had put in 4 or 5 calls to the sheriff. So just, any good messaging out to the public that we have town officials and resources to handle some things would probably go a long way with the residents and
Yeah.
our cost control.
Thank you. Yes, you're right.
you.
All right. And I just want to thank you guys so much for taking time to review those matters tonight.
No problem. And thank you, Eddie. We can hear you finally.
Yeah. So just,
Thank you, Eddie.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Any other comment?
Oh, no, I interrupt.
May I entertain a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion that we adjourn.
second this.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. See you next time.